Hello, comrades and compatriots. Welcome back to the channel. It's Nafo here. And just before we get into this one, I'd just like to ask you guys to like and subscribe and share this video with anyone that may enjoy it and get some information out of it. So we'll just get right into this one. So in today's world, there are only a few left willing to sacrifice comfort and pleasure for knowledge. The few who can see through the narratives we've been fed, who think independently rather than being shaped by society's conditioning. Society itself is only as good as the system that governs it. Figures like Andrew Tate and Bonnie Blue sell the idea that escaping the matrix comes through self-indulgence, and that isn't freedom, it's attachment. It's buying deeper into the very decay that's eating away at modern society. Real discipline starts with discomfort. Train your body, push yourself, do the hard things daily. That's the foundation. You won't convince everyone, and you're not meant to. Learn to move alone, limit distractions, avoid social spaces that reward weakness. Invest your money, build security, plan long term. While others chase validation, avoid accountability, and consume endlessly, you're preparing for stability and self-reliance. It's important that you know that you should get your passport, stay alert, and always prepare for uncertainty. When the moment comes, only a few will recognize it. Don't be another cog in a broken machine. So those are just some thoughts that I thought I'd share with you. Because in times of uncertainty, you should always brace for the impact. And don't be caught up in distractions. And when I say get your passport, a lot of people take it the wrong way and really just assume the worst. But what I'm saying is it's an alternative. It's a escape from this matrix that we're in. You know, in the environment that you grow up in and become familiar with, it's always best to make the best out of those environments and situations, and knowing when to hold back and when to pursue things. And with the current state in Britain, for example, with the complete crackdown on censorship and locking people up for tweets, and it's really just against freedom of speech that we grew up in and we had the expectation of. And at the moment they're trying to set up a draft to send people to fight against Russia, with the Russia and Ukraine war currently going on. And I think that's the last thing that the people there want to do. I mean, the government has already gone against the people's best wishes, and they've gone against pretty much everything that the people have been saying. They're importing mass amounts of people, way too much to handle. The economy is slowly getting destroyed, and there's just they can't even look after their own people at the moment. So who in their right mind would want to go and fight Russia? It really just does seem like a it's honestly it's a predicament that they're in that they really can't escape. the government is pushing policies and new laws that go against their best wishes, and they're ultimately going to throw them into the meat grinder when it comes to Russia. And I think any right-minded person would know to always put family above, your country. And in times of uncertainty, I think it's best that the people understand that if they're unhappy with the situation, to look elsewhere and protect your family, and whatever means necessary. And if that means moving to a different country, then so be it. And so that's why I say just get your passport. It doesn't mean to turn your back on anyone. It really just means to be prepared for the worst. So in today's world, there are only, if things just keep getting worse, a growing number of men are tired of going out in public and being made to feel unwelcome by people who thrive on confrontation, grievance, and moral posturing. We're told this hostility is progress and that this is the new normal. That's how you know something has gone wrong with the system. When the system projects and rewards disruptive behavior, victimhood, and resentment, while discouraging accountability, strength, and self-respect. As conditions worsen, it won't be ideology or outrage that holds society together. It will be the men who build, maintain, protect, and take responsibility. Many are already trying to reverse the damage caused by a corrupt and incentivized government. Yet that same system now elevates insecurity and dysfunction instead of addressing it. Not all men fall into this trap, but much of this behavior stems from insecurity and dissatisfaction. When people lack purpose, they project their frustration onto others and mistake authority or social approval for real power. It doesn't create fulfillment, it breeds bitterness. So ultimately, what we're seeing is a culture where delusion is platformed, dysfunction is defended, and criticism is silenced, often under the banner of compassion. And yes, this imbalance is frequently defended in ways that openly undermine masculinity rather than encouraging healthy standards for everyone. This isn't about hating anyone, it's about acknowledging a real problem. When societies attack responsibility and reward grievance, they decay. Strong grounded masculinity isn't the enemy, it's one of the few things capable of stabilizing what's coming apart. So those are a few thoughts. I won't finish it just yet. I've got one more thing I'd like to talk about. So I hope everyone's enjoying their New Year's. Be sure to check out the Facebook page, Australian Evolutionary Movement. Give me a like. Really support it. And if you back me, I back you. And that's how this works. And the more I reach out to people and get people's attention, the more I will look into other sorts of stuff. And I really appreciate people's input, so comments and input is always appreciated. So I was in my last live stream, I was talking about which next gen console I'd be leaning towards, and I didn't really I was just going off the top of my head. I wasn't prepared to So there's just a few more things I'd like to touch on with that subject. So the Epic Games holiday giveaway. If you're familiar with Epic Games, they usually give out a free game every week. I don't know if that's exclusive to PC or if you could do it on consoles. I think it's just PC. On December the 11th, we had Hogwarts Legacy. And remember that these games only lasted a day. It was a Christmas holiday giveaway. And yeah, one day we had we had to quickly claim the game, and it'd be yours forever. So, yeah, and Hogwarts Legacy still like $99 anywhere you look. Probably cheaper elsewhere, but if you go on majority platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, even the Steam store, you're looking at around 100, or if it's reduced, 60, 70, which is pretty good for a free game. And then December the 18th, so this was a week later, Jotunn Slayer, Hordes of Hell. December the 19th, Eternites. I'm not familiar with a lot of these games, and now that I've got them, I probably will check them out at some point. December the 20th was Blood West. December the 21st, Sorry We're Closed. December 22nd, Paradise Killer. December 23rd, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. December 24th was one I was really excited by, the Callisto Protocol, which is a survival horror game. I think it's in space, and I finished it before. I really enjoyed it. If you're into Resident Evil and Dead Space and those sort of games, then definitely check that out. Yeah, that was free on the 24th. December 25th, Disco Elysium, the final cut, which I heard a lot of good reviews about. December 26th, We Were Here Together. December 27th, Cassette Beasts. December 28th, Scold, Against the Black Priory. December 29th was Viewfinder. December 30th, Trine Classic Collection. And December 31st, which was the latest one I just claimed, was Chivalry 2, which is another very popular game, and I think it's got like a meta score of like 8.2 or something like that. So get that today. That's out currently at the moment, and if you've got the PC, if you've got, even if you don't use PC, but like if you don't play games on your PC, but you've just got the PC sitting around, get on Epic Games, claim it. It's yours forever, and yeah, and then if you ever do jump into PC gaming, you've got these free games. Now, what's rumoured for the next couple of days, just as this holiday daily game comes to an end, we've got 3 rumoured games for January 1st, tomorrow, Blasphemous. And then January the 2nd, Grime. And another one I'm excited for, January the 3rd, which is the finale, is Batman Arkham Collection. And heavy hitters there, and be sure to check those out. And let's not forget we had Civilization 6, the complete edition, come out last year, 2025, which was a good free game that I collected. And for the complete edition of Civilization 6, you're looking at around 100, maybe even more, and that's a fairly old game. So if you claim the free games while they are available, you build up a solid library at no cost. And even mid-tier